In Australia, Indian students took to the streets as more people came forward to protest against the race violence. But at times, it only made things worse. Like in Melbourne early in June, when the police tried to stop this peaceful agitation. Several Indians complained of being roughed up.
We like Australia,
yeah,
but Australians don't like us. That's why you come here.
They bashed me on my lip here.
If someone inadvertently got hit in the mouth and got injured, I regret that.
The Australian police recorded more than 1,400 attacks on Indian students last year, and the fear is that those numbers are now on the rise. But Indian students still haven't stopped living their Australian dream. Like Mansi Sharma, a commerce graduate from Bareilly who wants to get an MBA from Australia. Even though she knows about the race attacks, she says these are one-off cases.
They're just 2 or 3 random attacks, and it does not mean that the whole Indian community is under attack.
But her parents don't share her optimism.
Now I changed my mind because so many brutal attacks happen. So that's why I'm thinking it's not safe for my daughter.
Australia has always been an attractive destination for Indian students. Nearly 1 lakh Indian students enrolled in Australian universities in 2008, a massive 54% increase from 2007. Indian students in Australia make up almost 18% of the total foreign student population, the largest group after China. IT and MBA are the most preferred courses, but many Indian students are also opting for offbeat degrees like cookery and hairstyling.
If you look at with other countries, talk about UK and US, majority of the students prefer to go to Australia because students can find jobs easily.
Not only are jobs easily available, the cost of living is also far cheaper than the US or the UK. While a student may spend as much as 45,000 rupees a month on living expenses in the UK and 50,000 rupees in the United States, the cost of living in Australia is less than 22,000 rupees. Mandeep Singh has just passed his class 12 exams from Hoshiarpur and spends hours polishing his English for his language proficiency tests. His dream is to go to Australia, not just because he wants a foreign education, but also because he knows it's easier to get admission into an Australian college.
I'm going to Australia. Doesn't matter what's happening over there in Australia. I'm going to Australia for my further studies. It's all about my future.
In Punjab, English coaching centers have sprung up all over the Doaba region to cash in on the dreams of young men like Mandeep. In rural Punjab, the desire to go abroad, of late to Australia, has not decreased after the attacks. Chetan Veer, who lives in a village near Hoshiarpur, says he isn't scared of going to a nation where his countrymen are being targeted.
No, I don't feel scared of it. Just these are facts. Some of the things happening all over the world, and I'm not scared of it.
The girls are even more hopeful. The reason? Indian women haven't been attacked in Australia at all.
Nobody should be scared because in near future everything is going to be all right. Our government is working, their government is working to cope up with the circumstances. So it is better, we should not think about what all is happening. We should just focus on our higher studies. It is our future.
In Australia though, the protests continue and retaliatory attacks have already begun. Students are watching their backs more than before, and many more are now ready to hit back if targeted. The hazard of Oz is far from over, with eager Indian students still heading to Australia. Coming up, are things any different in the UK and the US?
The girl actually stood up and called me a nigger in front of all the class.